your friendly neighborhood soup lady, and I want to make soup with you today. The soup we're making today is from my first book called Soup Club. It's Ribollita, and it's one of my very favorites. It's just a bunch of vegetables. It's a classic Italian soup. So let's do it. I've got some vegetables here. It's really easy. So we have some kale, a bunch of broccoli rabe, just an onion, 2 celery stalks, some carrots, a carrot, and a white sweet potato. You could use a regular sweet potato if you want. I personally avoid them, so that's why it's in this recipe. So we're just gonna now do some cutting. Really, I have my handy little compost bowl over here. It's just an easy cutting. However you do it really is fine. This is going to make the flavor base of the soup. And none of my soups have stock in them, so it makes it extra delicious to cook things down from the beginning. Then I just have to peel this guy. Now you got your carrot. All that's left is the onion, which always makes me cry. So you guys get to see that. I like yellow onions because they're sweeter, but you could definitely use a white onion here. Or a red for that matter, but really I save red usually for eating raw. All right, so we've got this onion. So that's the base of the soup, is just the carrot, celery, and onion. This is lacinato kale, but you could use curly kale if you wanted to. I just cut it into nice big pieces. I'll trim the ends off. Put that into nice big ribbons. Same with this guy. I'm just going to trim off the ends and cut them into nice big pieces. All of my recipes, I actually prefer things to have larger chunks in them. And if you've never worked with broccoli rabe before, I love it. It's got this really interesting bitter flavor often that I feel like adds great flavor to the sort of stock, the broth that comes out of it. It's delicious. And then I just have this one potato left. So look at all these veggies that are going into the soup. It's amazing. It's like going to be a big pile of greens. So I'm just going to peel this sweet potato. This happens to be a kind of large one. If you have two smaller ones, that's also fine. And this is another thing I love to do is cut, because it's all vegan soups, I really love to have big chunks of things. And the potato is definitely one that I love to have a big spoonful out of. So I keep the chunks really big because also sweet potato breaks down a lot faster than other kinds of potato. That's another reason why. So I'm going to toss all of that in here. Now look at all of that. So many awesome veggies. And then it'll just take these beans and a can of tomatoes, and then we're all done. Now we're ready to start cooking. I have just a Dutch oven. All of my soups are made in a Dutch oven just like this one. And just some olive oil, very simple. Some onion. We got our celery here. And our carrot. Now, because my soups don't have broth or stock, they're just made with water, you can't be afraid to add salt. You add salt in layers at the different stages, but this is the first one. So just add some salt and a little bit of pepper. So eventually this will cook down and the onions will get a little bit clear and tender. The celery will soften a little bit, as well as the carrot. But that'll take probably 5 or so minutes over this sort of medium heat. So now what we have is this nicely soft and delicious mirepoix at the base of our soup. I'm going to add a small can of diced tomatoes, which is going to get those flavors going. And you just add the rest of everything else. I add the soaked Great Northern beans. You could use cannellini if you wanted. You could use a different, I feel like a cranberry bean would be appropriate as it's a lovely Italian soup. And then I add all of these veg. These are all of the things that we just chopped up together. We've got the white sweet potato, the kale, and the broccoli rabe. Yes. It's going to be a really full pot, so get into it. And I have a couple of sprigs of thyme here too. Yes, it's going to be a very full pot. So it's going to be covered. You'll cover it and you'll be shocked at how all of this will wilt down. All of my soups call for water. I make 100 quarts of soup a week at least. I think I'm up to 120 this year. And I can't make stock in order to make soup. It just doesn't work. Making soup to make soup is just silly in my world. So that's why I wanted to make soup using just water, which is, I feel like how grandmothers would have done it. This is like a peasant soup. They might have thrown in a bone or something into their soup, but they wouldn't have made a stock, most likely. After you add the water, you add some salt because that's sort of like the stock. And I already added pepper and salt already. And again, the veggies will release their liquid and the potatoes will be in liquid. It'll be great. Hey, look at that. These potatoes are nice and split. And these beans are too. So now the soup is ready. All I'm going to do is season it with a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of salt and pepper. There we go. So great, we have all the veggies. I like to get a big piece of this potato. Delicious. So we've got, it's all seasoned, salt and pepper already, lemon juice. Ooh, really hot still. Delicious. So this soup, the Ribollita, is in my first cookbook, Soup Club, on page 1. I hope you'll cook along with me next time.